Hello there and welcome to the mini seminar for the art of being you, the 5 step system to become your most authentic and profitable self. First, let me honor you for showing up to this kind of material because that gives you an indication that you're someone who cares about reaching the highest level of potential, the highest level of self actualization. You're someone who cares about adding value to the world. And you know what? The highest level of value you can add is by pursuing that, by pursuing self knowledge. Because when you know yourself better, when you know thyself, that's where you can change the world. So let me again honor you for being part of that. And don't think everyone is doing that. Actually, most people are consumed about the last party Kim Kardashian went to. Now, there is nothing wrong with that. But I'm trying to point out for you that being here and watching this material, it means you're different. It means you have a light leader within you that needs to actualize itself. So, probably by now, you're thinking, okay, thank you, Ahab, but what this book will add to my life? That's the question, right? And same for me, if I want to buy something has to do with self growth and spirituality, you know what? I want to know how this program or this book will add a value to my life. Because let's be honest, you're investing time and energy and you want something back. So let me tell you here about the purpose or the soul of the book, like why I wrote it from the first place. And let's make it simple. It's all about helping you live in alignment with your truth. Period. That's it. The seminar is done. Just kidding. That's the purpose of the book, is helping you to get back into track. Because the moment you start going out of alignment, that's where life starts to auto-correct your path. And you know what? That's painful. That's not fun. There's a lot of suffering when you're out of alignment, and especially if you don't know that you're out of alignment and you're going more and more out of alignment. And that's why people they pursue a career and they pursue success and they pursue money, but eventually they don't feel fulfilled because from the beginning they were not following their heart. Now I'm not saying there's something wrong with money or success. Actually, I'm all about that. So you know what? Those stuff are results for living in alignment, adding value, focus, adding value, focus, and adding value in your purpose. If you can do that, success, money, fame is a result for that. Now, why I can promise you with such a thing? Why I can promise you that this book will help you to get back in alignment? I'm not saying this is the only book you need for the rest of your life. No, that's not true. But I can tell you that this book will help you to get the pieces of the puzzles together so you can see clearly your path and you can follow it and progress in it from a place of clarity, from a place of alignment. So why I can do that? Because you know what? I've been through living a life completely out of alignment. I was born in Jordan in Nadaba, and I love the people there. So generous, so amazing. Yet there's a lot of conditions, political, dogmatic of how you should be. See, I've been told that if you get a good marks in school, you need to get medicine or engineering. So I did that, and that's it. You go, you get masters probably, and then you live in corporate. And if you're lucky, you start your own business. I did that. I went through engineering. I studied engineering. Then I did masters in England in engineering, sorry, in Scotland in engineering. And I never felt passion for it. I never felt my heart belonged to that path. Yet I kept doing it. Why? Because everyone is doing it. As simple as that. I had the need to be accepted. I didn't have the courage to question and find my path. And through some coincidence, I had glimpses that I was born for something else. I had glimpses that I had message that I need to share. And that's where I started studying. I started studying every single day. And you know what? In the past 4 years, I've been studying, meditating, and contemplating every single day in anything that you can think of, from self-growth, spirituality, enlightenment, influence, high performance, positive psychology. But the first 6 months, I was struggling. I was struggling just to put again the puzzles together, and I didn't have the courage to express myself. So all that information I was studying, I was keeping it for myself. I got a bit isolated, And I felt how painful it is when you're out of alignment, and even when you're studying, but you can't share that, you can't live in your purpose. And that's why I'm sharing this book with you, to help you get into that state where you know that you're following your heart and you're doing it from a place of boldness and place of courage, and you're adding value to the world in something you absolutely love, something you're absolutely passionate about. And you know what? That feels different. The life I had before, it's a life of stuckness, life of making excuses about everything, life of laziness. You know what? I used to go to the lecture and I used to sleep. I used to go to the backseat and used to sleep. That was the thing I was famous for. Now I feel so much passion, so much aliveness. And I don't think I have something special. I think anyone is capable to do that, because deep inside we have the same psychology. Yes, there are uniqueness to everyone, but we all have the same seed for greatness. But you just need to find that. You need to find it in order to start living your purpose and your passion and to unfold your full potential. And to do that, you need knowledge. You need the understanding. And that's what the art of being you is designed to do. It's like a distinct system, five-step system to help you just grow into your journey, to help you find yourself and grow from there. Now, what are the 5 steps in the art of being? The first step is to meet yourself. Now, that sounds like a cliche, meet yourself. But this is all about self knowledge we're talking about from the beginning. Meaning, you need to know yourself better. You need to know that you have a physical body, you have a mind, conscious mind, subconscious mind, the emotional side of your character, and you have a soul. You might call it true self, you might call it divine within, but you need to understand those parts. See, otherwise, how can you operate at a level of highest level of potential and highest level of truth? Think about a machine. See, if you're an engineer and you get a new machine and you just don't know anything about it, how you can optimize that machine? You can't. And that's the first chapter. It's all about understanding yourself better in a practical way. So it's not like a philosophical discussion. It's very practical, very direct, very simple. Anyone can understand. Yet, most people don't teach us that. This is not the kind of knowledge we've been taught in school, not in university, not even after that. So it's vitally important to start with understanding yourself. Now, the second point is all about alignment, or the second step is all about alignment we talked about before. So the second chapter is how to get those parts working together. So you experience a sense of enthusiasm. That enthusiasm is the result when you're following your heart. That enthusiasm is the result when you know your purpose, you know your vision, and you set your goals in a way that working like a vertical builder for your goals, for your vision. So your goals are not just some kind of results you want to get and that's it. No, your goals are building over and over to the person you want to become. So your goals are a way to progress. And from that place, goals are not scary anymore. Actually, goals are fun. It's your way to progress. And the information I'm sharing from you is just not my own. It's not just my own experience. It's science. Positive psychology has studied already how to set goals, like how to keep your brain focused by setting short-term goals, usually up to 3 months, and at the same time they add to your life, they add to your vision, they add to your purpose, and that's where you start experiencing alignment. That's where you get into state of flow because you're enjoying your time and you know that you're progressing to something you want to become, and you know that you're adding value to the world. Now, the next chapter is all about meeting life with presence. I can argue that this is the most important thing in life. See, why do you think mindfulness is a revolution now and being in the present moment and meditation is a revolution? Because it's all about helping you to be connected to the now. Why the now? Because life is happening now. See, the past it's just a thought. The future is just a thought. The only thing we get is now. The only thing we have is now. So if you're not enjoying your time now, you know what? You will get into a rat race. You just want to get results and you get too attached. And let me tell you that, my friend, the idea that success, fame will bring you happiness, it's old school. Throw it away. Positive psychology already proven that this is wrong. Just throw it away. That kind of philosophy, is an equation for suffering. It's time to let go the stale ideas and understand that in order to have a joyful life, you need to be connected now to the present moment. That's the only way you become joyful because you're connected with life, with the sense of aliveness itself. And you know what? Counterintuitively, when you're happy now, you're producing way much more better, you're way much more focused, you're way much more clear. So, in a way, you have higher chances to progress in your goals. And it's not just the chances, it's a very predictable results. As long as you're happy now, you're clear about what you want, you have your purpose and you're working towards it, you know what? Eventually things has to work out. It's just a law. It's an universal law. Now, with that sense of presence, that sense of correction, will take you to the next chapter, which is all about firing your motivation, getting into that sense of energy. You know what? Life feels different when you're energetic. Life feels different when you're in that state of, as we said, enthusiasm, entheos, heart from within. And you know how to get that? That's a science. It doesn't take a genius to get it. You need to have the right information, how to keep yourself motivated. It's a muscle. You keep working in it every single day. And I propose in the book a lot of exercises how to do that. But let me share with you something powerful right now you can do. What is that? Release distractions. Release distractions. Release distractions from your life right now. Do you know why? Because we have so much distraction between the year 2013 and 2015. The amount of information in it has been doubled. That means your brain is bombarded with new information every single day. And if you can't take those information away, if you can't say no to friends, if you can't say no to projects, if you can't say no to things, you will be lost and you will lose your agenda, you will lose your message, you will lose your purpose. So the first two chapters were about purpose and alignment. So you have clarity that what you're doing is adding to that purpose or not. And let me give you a great way to differentiate if the thing you're doing is a distraction, is a busy work, or you're really productive. Because productivity is not about doing more things, it's about doing less things, but more focused, more strategic, adds more value to your life, adds more value to the world. And the easiest way to do that before doing any activity, stop and ask yourself, is that activity will add to my life or will make me busy again? Is it repetitive again? If you want to open Facebook, I'm not saying I want to refrain you from any kind of distraction, but when you want to open Facebook, ask yourself, is that a distraction? And if it's a distraction, you want to do it, that's fine, but do it consciously. So you don't lose yourself 3, 4, 5 hours on a Facebook. You just don't know how it happened. And also, that's a great tip. Don't start your day with the email. Start with your day with planning it, the top activities you want to do. Don't start with the email. See, High Performance Academy told us that people, when people stop checking their email at the first thing at the morning and instead planning their day, they become 29% more productive in 1 week. That's crazy. And try it yourself. Don't take my words on it. Just try it yourself. Now, the last chapter is all about influence and how to become more influential and how to bring a tribe with you because it's vitally important to have a supporting system around you. And it's not just about team, it's about how capable you are to inspire people and to hook them with your purpose. So they're just energetically feeding your vision. And you know what? There's no one in the history, no one who was genius was able to do what he did just by himself. They need a support system. And to do that, you need to be inspiring, highly inspiring. You know what? Inspiration, influence, and speaking, those are skills. And I can argue those are the most lucrative skills. And it's learnable. It's learnable. Anyone can learn to do that. And in the book, I share with you a lot of techniques how to do that. You can start with this. Be interested in people, enthusiastically interested in other people. Now, that might sound like a small thing, but let me tell you, my friend, that's the core of influence. Books like How to Influence and Win Friends, they like for Dale Carnegie, which is the Bible for influence. That's the focus about. It's be interested in people. Ask people different questions instead of just talking about yourself. That's a game changer because when you ask right question for people, you allow them to self-express themselves, and people love that. They feel they're appreciated, they feel there's attention on them, and they feel they can share more and more of their truth. And they would love you for that. See, before a week, I was going into a park called Calvin Grove. It's just like 10 minutes from my place. It's a beautiful park. And I met a girl there. She was sitting, and I went and I sat next to her. So I asked her what she's doing. She told me I'm an artist. And instead of just ending the discussion there, I went further. I asked her a question about how and why you chose to be an artist, how you're doing the art you're doing. And you know what? She starts sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing. And they learned so much about a new perception, a new way of seeing life. And she felt so alive. Without speaking about myself, I was just interested. I was curious. I was so curious to know about her. And that made all the difference. When she left, she told me, probably you're the wisest guy I ever met. And you know what? I didn't say anything. I was just asking questions. But don't do it in a way that you're doing an interrogation. Do it out of a genuine curiosity. People can pick up on that. So if you get more influence and you can inspire more people, you will be collecting and developing more tribe, more support, more community around you. That by the time you feel a lot of people are supporting your vision, and you know what? That's necessarily if you have a vision, if you have a purpose, you need emotional input. You need people to add emotions to it so you can progress. So those were the five, like very briefly, the 5 steps about the art of being you. Now in the book, you'll get way much more details and fun stories and science to help you again know yourself, get in alignment and focus and act and act and act. And this is like a guideline how to do that. This is your way how to do that. And I put a lot, a lot of my expertise, my knowledge, and the knowledge of others in that book. It's like a distilled steps. It's like a distilled system that you can use to get back that sense of aliveness, to progress, and to profit in your passion. And if it worked with me, I know it will work with you. Now you might be thinking now, okay, that's fine, but how much the investment of that? I'll tell you very directly, the investment of that book is £20, which is around $29. It's the price of inviting a friend for a dinner. If you're going with a dinner for a friend, probably you'll pay that. So isn't it better to pay it in something that will add a greater value to your life? That's again, if you feel cold for this book. If you don't feel it intuitively, don't buy it. But if you feel cold for this book, just do it. And you know what? You might be still thinking, but Ihab, I'm not sure. Let me give you some more guarantee. Buy this book after 3 months. If you didn't like it, I will pay you your money back. Now I took the risk out of your shoulder. There's nothing to lose. Just give it a try. 3 months, you didn't like it, text me an email, send me an email. I will bring you the money back. But I would appreciate then if you just give me a feedback why you didn't like the book so I can better myself. I can work in myself in the future. But believe me, there is no question that I will pay you the money back. So give it a shot again. If you don't like it, that's it. Now, that was the 5 step system. And you know what? If you decide not to take action, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But let me tell you, your life will stay the same. What will happen tomorrow, it will be the same as yesterday. It's not really magic. If you didn't take action, if you didn't get a new input in your life, how things will change? Because you know what? You are the source of the change. You are the source of success. You are the source of peace. You are the source of enlightenment. If nothing change inside, nothing will change outside. And for that change to happen, you need a new input. And that book, I can guarantee, it's not just a new input, it's a valuable input that will help you to live back into a life. So that was the seminar. I wish you enjoy it. Till I see you next time. Thank you and have a great day.